But okay, Cabin Fever 2. It's a downer. I got that job. I wrote the script. I was very happy with the script. I was very happy with the cast. I was very happy with everyone. We all went to North Carolina. We made the movie. And much like the gentleman over there said, it was a very Paul Bartel type movie. It was a lot like a Joe Dante movie, like Rock and Roll High School or something like that. But it had a very Todd Solondz, John Waters vibe. It was a really outrageous comedy that was disgusting. In the same way that Evil Dead 2 or Brain Dead or Dead Alive, whatever you want to call it, it was just a really gross movie, people projectile bombing blood 50 feet in the air and full frontal discharging male nudity, and it was really weird. And everyone was on board with it. And then we edited the movie, and it was almost being done edited, and we showed it to Lionsgate, and they didn't like it. And they wanted to get a new editor, which is like, okay, shit happens. But what happened was they didn't get a new editor for 5 months, and in that 5 months, nothing happened. And while nothing was happening, I got money to make this movie, and I was like, shit, I think this movie's dead. So I went and made this movie. Exactly perfectly when I went to make this movie, they decided that was the time to re-edit it. So what they did was they hired another editor without me, and they completely re-edited the movie from scratch without me. And this is not demonizing Lionsgate, because it's not just them. It wasn't like they were some evil conglomerate. This is just how it went down. So I went off to make this movie, came back, and they re-edited the movie from scratch, and it's terrible. And it was like a huge bummer, and it was a very sort of Hollywood cliche story of like the movie got taken away from you and that happened. So I came back and said, well, can we work with it and try to fix it? And the answer was no. This is the movie that we're going to deal with. And they cut it so short that it wasn't even releasable, so they were going to reshoot new stuff that I was not necessarily going to be involved with. I also apparently am a very difficult person, so this was like, this was like kind of like, whoa, to me. But then the movie, nothing happened again because they had some financial problems. So I edited this film, and when this film was done being edited, I popped back in and was like, what's the deal? And they're like, well, we're sticking with the cut that we have, and that's that. We want you to be involved, but you can't really do anything. So I quit, which is an extremely difficult decision. But there's nothing I could do about it. I couldn't stand by the movie at all, and I didn't like any of the people that were working with it, and I just felt it was better that if that's what they're trying to do and just finish it on their own, I'm just standing in their way. So I quit the movie. And a year later, I think they finished it. I think they finished it like 2 months ago. I don't know what's going on with it right now. I was interested in trying to get the Alan Smithy credit, but they don't let you do that anymore, which would have been some kind of silver lining to at least have that charm to it. But unfortunately, yeah, no. I mean, if you like the movie, great, but I can't give you any credit for it. And if you don't like the movie, don't blame me either. It's still very gross. I can't imagine not being really disgusting. But I don't think the humor works. It's like if you take a movie like, if you've all seen Happiness, or a movie like that, it's a very fine line of humor that if someone else made that movie, it's just not going to work. And that's how I feel about Cabin Fever 2. It was a very crazy movie. It had heart wipes and star wipes, and it was a bizarre comedy. And they tried to get away from that, and I don't think it was successful. So that's my sort of Hollywood cliche story.
So now you know the full story of Cabin Fever 2. House of the Devil's coming out, I think, next year from Metrodome Pictures. Thank you, Ty West.
Thank you very much.